I've been very open and honest about my use of Twitter. I stopped using their platform after the lawsuit came out that showed that they were profiting, harboring, and promoting child pornography. It's the pinned comment on my profile, and I will never go back until there is a change of ethics and a change of management. Because like we seen yesterday with Coca-Cola, you don't support the people who hate your fucking guts. The only reason I still have the active profile is so, one, somebody doesn't swipe in and take it, because who knows, maybe one day this channel will take off and be a wild success. Let's hope so. It all relies on the support of people like you who are so wonderful and reach out on a regular basis and like to discuss the topics that we cover. And another reason is to follow pages like this. Biden voters posting their L's online. It is great. It is a never-ending list of submissions of every liberal you can think of just having regrets, like this asshole right here. COVID vaccinated. Biden's campaign said he would forgive $50,000 in student debt. I voted for him and he trusted him to keep his word. Why did he lie to us? Oh, because Biden has a record of 47 years of lying to his constituency. Now he just has a much larger group of people that he can swindle. Or how about this fruit? What is Joe Biden's plan to make Joe Biden do something? As you can see, it just keeps going and going and going and going. And it's all different people over and over and over again. Just loss after loss. Why is that important? Well, everybody who is following campaign promises, histories, platforms, all knew that this is exactly Joe Biden's style. He was never a moderate. The people behind him would never allow him to follow out a moderate agenda. That would have worked when he first ran in the 80s and then again in 2008, but no, not this time around. There are too many far left high-ranking people there, the Democratic Party, that just won't allow that to happen. That's not the direction that they're going. There's two distinct directions that each party are going. One is going to set up camp in the Stalin and Mao side of the political compass, and the other one is buying a fleet of helicopters. I know where I'm going. Got my pilot license to apply for here. No, but something else that's coming out. 1 out of 6 Biden voters would have switched if they knew everything about this was true. Just goes to show you the Democrats rely on low information voters. That's why I think when I'm talking voting reform, might have some very radical ideas out there, thinking that you should have to earn your vote and prove yourself to be a productive member of society before you'd have to sign your name and endorse somebody at the ballot box. You should also know the platforms of the people that you're voting for. From president down to the school board, you should know a little bit about everybody on there. Not as in-depth as we cover here. Christ, that would take a significant amount of research time. It's not like the mainstream media likes to cover anybody else's platforms, but you should have a basic understanding of the concepts of somebody that you are going to be voting for, because there's nothing more sacred in a democracy, in a constitutional republic in the United States, and a representative democracy up here in Canada, than your vote. It is something theoretically that the government cannot take away from you. It shouldn't be that way, or it should definitely be that way. I just think that you'd have to earn it. But with all this regret that's going on right now, it all stems around the fact that the hardcore base of the Democratic left just can't stop thinking about Trump. And they're telling you how much better it is, and if you don't agree with them, you're a Nazi! It starts with such prominent figures like Barbara Streisand saying that Joe Biden has restored some political sanity in our country. How has he done that, Babs? Streisand praised Joe Biden on social media Friday, declaring that new administration will tackle climate change and oversee coronavirus vaccinations. He hasn't done a good job on either of those. Just see what he's not doing in Texas, or the fact that he's falling behind in just about every metric when it comes to dealing with the pandemic. Biden has restored some political sanity in our country, Streisand wrote. Stunning and brave. Stunning and brave. Like, can you believe somebody who is as irrelevant as Barbara Streisand is, that could just patting on the back old Joe Biden? Like, it should be applauded. She's a brave woman. She's voicing her support for a Democrat on social media. Don't let that bravery go by. She's like up there with Delta Force when it comes to stunning and brave actions. Biden's competent team is making sure Americans will be protected by getting more vaccinations in Americans' arms, after Trump had downplayed the pandemic from its beginning. What she's referring to is Trump not wanting to panic everybody in America for a virus that was unknown at the time, but hey, if you want to run with that narrative, by all means, God damn it, you have records to sell to nobody. And speaking of somebody who should be put out to pasture, we have the Science Project that refers to herself as Madonna. Death to the patriarchy. Madonna lashes out at this shadowy cabal of men attempting to cut off her life force. She has gone mental since Lady Gaga decided that, ooh, that's a good look, I'm just going to take that wholesale. And remember, if you guys were watching along with the impeachment, she was one of the highlighted people from the Trump defense team when she was saying, I thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House, with her pussy hat on. Nobody wants into that thing. Trust me, that's some bad fish that would have the same kind of traction that Racing Slips has on an interstate highway through Texas. And she went on some kind of an unhinged rant yesterday. The patriarchy continues to try to crush my neck with their heavy boots, cut off my life force, and take away my voice. Even those who call themselves artists, you know who they are. Death to the patriarchy, now and forever. And then followed it up with hashtag risk what you value. Value what you risk. Another stunning and brave take. Oh, white men are bad, because that's what the patriarchy is, apparently. That's the only people that come and visit you. They're gay white men. They're the only people who go and see your concerts. She's probably the #1 celebrity that hasn't handled the pandemic well. She's been taking weird pictures and looking more and more like E.T. as the time goes on. Like, this is probably the most flattering picture I've seen of her in a while. Like, I mean, honestly, if you dug up Michael Jackson right now, he probably looks better than whatever that is. And this is from the same calendar year. And these are the people who are handing out political advice left, right, and center, thinking that they speak for regular people. They haven't met a regular person in the past 4 decades. No, they advocate for morons like Adam Schiff. Remember, he was going to have all of that information showing that Trump would... Oh, he'd definitely be going down. I have all the proof that he has dealings with Putin, and all of his Russian ties are going to come out in time. When did they ever come out? Still waiting at him. But now what's he trying to peddle? Oh, America has one functional party and a cult of personality around Donald Trump. Oh, okay. You think that the Democrats are being functional right now? I guess he's a little too close to the forest to see the trees. House Intelligence Committee Chair... Okay, stop it. Okay, just stop it. Chairman Adam Schiff said Sunday on MSNBC. Okay, stop it. That America has one functional party and a cult of personality around Donald Trump, referring to the Democratic and... Thank you for clearing that up, Breitbart. Pam Key, you're doing the Lord's work. Reacting to the video of House Minority Whip Steve Scalise, Bernie Bro shooting victim, being asked if he acknowledged President Joe Biden as a legitimate president of the United States. Oh, I know where this is going. Schiff said this is the #2 Republican in the House, and he has a difficult saying that Joe Biden was elected in a free and fair election because he doesn't want to antagonize Donald Trump and his base, or because he has a set of eyes and realizes that a court never conducted any comprehensive review on any of the evidence presented in front of them, that never allowed a single case to go to discovery. Nah, listen and believe. Notwithstanding the fact that Donald Trump incited a violent attack on our Capitol, these Republican leaders are still in his thrall. See, he just can't get over the fat fucking L the Democrats took just over a week ago now, after Trump was acquitted for the second time of impeachment. He tells Republicans to listen and believe, but at the same time, when there's actual evidence out there that has been reviewed of an acquittal, he won't accept that. Fair enough, Adam. It must be fun to live in your world of alternate facts. But yeah, let's wrap up the rest of this moron's ramblings on the left-wing hug box. Steve Scalise made the same pilgrimage Kevin McCarthy did to Mar-a-Lago to kiss the ring, to once again pledge fealty to Donald Trump. This guy really missed the boat on his calling. He should have been an author for fantasy books. But then again, what's the market for gay romance novels? They have tied their wagon to this amoral, now former president. Yes, former president. Enough. Stop being so scared of him. He has no institutional power. You have all the power. Unless, you have that little voice in the back of your head, that Edgar Allan Poe heartbeat in the floorboard, that just making you double check everything that you're saying everything that you're thinking is a terrible thing for the Republican Party. Projection is also a tragedy for our country. More projection. We need 2 functional parties. I agree. Right now we have 1 functional party and a cult of personality around Donald Trump. He's so scared. He is so scared. That's why I want Trump to come back in 2024, and I just want to see the metaphorical YouTube heads explode. Because what? We're just a month after Biden's taken office, and everything, literally everything about a Biden headline, 2 or 3 sentences in, and former President Trump, or Mr. Trump, or Trump did this. It's like they just can't let it go because Biden is ratings poison. Oh, it'd be better if they actually criticized them because there's meat on them bones, but they know where their bread is buttered and they're just waiting. They'll take the hit for the first year until the midterms start ramping up, until the primaries start being covered. Oh, the Trump-endorsed candidate of hate and misogyny is leading in the polls. How could people be so stupid? Because they might fairly cover the primaries because, okay, it's just Republicans squabbling amongst themselves and Democrats squabbling amongst themselves. But as soon as the general midterm election comes around, it'll just be, why would anybody vote for a racist? All of this coverage of their past clearly shows that following the path of Trump would just lead to electoral downfall. Don't you all remember 2020? Hopefully by then we have comprehensive election reform. But at a federal level, that's not necessary. It all relies at the state level. And that's something you guys need to make sure of. Is the House going to try and pass House Resolution 1? Oh, they'll try, but there's some earmarks that are there that's going to make that very difficult. So not all is lost for future elections. There are things at the state level that are required, that are enshrined by the Constitution, which still does matter as much as people like Adam Schiff want it to just disappear. But they're going to pull out every stop if 2022's a success for the American First agenda. And then they'll just continue to squeal and squalor, and Biden should be making his hay in this first year because getting out of 2021 is just going to be the only opportunity where he's not going to have any election on the horizon for a while, okay? Because in 2022, it's going to be all about the midterms. And then by 2023, you're going to have everybody start popping up for the primaries. Because I haven't seen anything where Biden explicitly said he wouldn't be seeking a second term. But I think we're already seeing the fact that that's probably not terribly likely. Because the motherfucker will be 81 years old by the time that rolls around. And who knows if he'll be shitting into his chair by then. But they're so scared. They're so shook. And we got to go back to the lead impeachment manager because, buddy, he just won't stop. He will not stop. Can't stop, won't stop until he finds a way to bar Trump from political life. They're going to try this. They are going to exhaust every legal remedy, and they might even invent some new ones. That's why I'm thinking everything is going to hinge on the success of 2022. So let's finish with this. Yeah. Ratskin, head of the Trump impeachment team, said on live TV on Wednesday there is another way that they can bar Trump from running in the future. Schumer came out and said this initially after Rand Paul put that motion to the Senate, thinking that they could censure him in the Senate and try to push something through that way to bar Trump from running again, but it was very obtuse and very obscure thinking. But let's see what Ratskin has up to task here, because you know that he's successful in making things happen against Trump. Yeesh. Stated that Section 3 of the 14th Amendment may be used against the former president in this case. Oh, well, he knows the Constitution because I teach the Constitution at Harvard. According to ABC News, this section bars any public official from holding office if it can be found they have committed insurrection or rebellion. Well, they didn't prove that. Or they gave aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. They did not prove that. Donald Trump is right in, the bullseye, middle of that group. And so he really does fulfill exactly that constitutional probation right there. Oh my God. Yeah, if you're going to take this to criminal court, they're going to hear your cries of the 14th Amendment, but the judge will have a bitch of a time getting past that first one that's on there that pretty much protects everything that he said. But you go ahead and you run with that, and you make sure that it makes all the rounds at your ABC, CBS, NBC. Throw 3 letters in a bag and fucking book a slot on whatever falls out. There's going to be lawsuit after lawsuit to try and make sure that Trump will not run in 2024. And that will only push him to run more in 2024. Oh, it feels like I keep talking about the same stuff over and over again, but the Democrats aren't going to let this go. and they aren't going to let it go for the next 4 years, and then the 4 years after that, and it's just going to be the talking point until we're all dead in the ground. You remember how bad Orange Man was? Yeah, he sure was bad. Let's keep running that over and over and over and over again. Instead of working on your own party, instead of figuring out a strategy that would make you as popular as the America First agenda. But it's always easier to tear something down instead of build something up. And that's the Democrats' agenda. All that socialism shit might not be real socialism, but the entire effort of that is to drag everything down to the basement level instead of raising everybody up, because that's socialism for you. But yeah, let's break with tradition. Let's talk about the United Kingdom in the next one, because some nefarious shit, and it doesn't involve Democrats. It just involves their biggest sponsor. So let's go over to that. That should be up there shortly for you guys. I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.